This video will focus on the process of sexual reproduction. Sexual reproduction refers to the process of producing gametes that fuse with each other during fertilization to produce offspring. This is the primary way that multicellular eukaryotes reproduce. Each parent makes gametes in a process called gametogenesis, but this process can be quite different between the male and female gamete types. It isn't always different, though, in the case of isogamous organisms, where sperm and egg are, in fact, very similar. We typically think, though, of heterogamous organisms, where sperm cells and egg cells are very different from one another. The term gamete refers to a haploid cell, which means it only contains a single set of chromosomes. We denote this with a 1N designation, as opposed to the 2N designation of a diploid cell. And so in humans, this designation translates to 46 chromosomes in a diploid cell and 23 chromosomes in a haploid cell. The process of meiosis, as discussed previously, produces haploid cells from diploid cells. This organized process ensures chromosomes are correctly distributed. In males, gametogenesis is called spermatogenesis because it produces sperm. This happens in the testes when diploid spermatogonial cells divide mitotically to produce two cells, one of which is the primary spermatocyte. The primary spermatocyte then progresses through meiosis to become a haploid cell. The result of spermatogenesis is four sperm cells. After meiosis is complete, some additional structures are added to the sperm, including a long flagellum and a head capped by an acrosome. These parts are important in the process of fertilization, but we won't get into that here. Males produce sperm continuously, around several hundred million per day. Oogenesis is the process of producing egg cells. This occurs in the ovaries, and in females, the first step happens before birth. Females are born with 1 million primary oocytes that begin the process of meiosis 1. They are, however, arrested in prophase 1 and remain in that stage until sexual maturity. At puberty, a single oocyte is activated and proceeds through meiosis 1. However, the process is a bit different here than spermatogenesis. During the first division, the cells split asymmetrically, and only one oocyte moves on to meiosis 2. The other is a polar body which goes no further. The oocyte is then stopped in meiosis 2 and is released from the oviduct in the ovary. Upon fertilization, the oocyte completes meiosis 2 and again divides asymmetrically to form a second polar body and a large egg cell. The final egg cell has most of the cytoplasm and organelles from the original primary oocyte. Finally, during fertilization, the sperm nuclei fuses with the egg cell nuclei to form a diploid cell. At this point, the egg cell becomes a zygote and through mitosis will eventually grow into a full multicellular organism.